Well, we're going to be unpacking 2 furry companions today to find out which compact fixed blade is better for everyday carry, the Beaver or the Hare. And you guys have been asking me for quite some time to get my hands on these to see how they stack up for the EDC arena. So I appreciate your guys' recommendations. I have gotten my hands on these. We're going to run in some competitive options to really find out what these bring to the table in the compact fixed blade arena. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm Aaron. This is Gideonstactical. And, you know, I've definitely changed my tune over the years and matured, grown, and seen the value of compact fixed blades. I've been doing this for over a decade. When I first started, I didn't really see a lot of value in it after a period of time. And, you know, they're kind of fringe. You know, you had like the SE Izula series, the Izula 2, kind of the granddaddy of them all, grandpapa of compact fixed blades. But there just wasn't a lot out there in this, you know, size range. And then a couple years ago, man, right around the time of the Koof, you know, just like boom, hit the scene. And I started, I hadn't reviewed any in years, and I was like, all right, fine, I'll start doing it. And then because I didn't work in an office anymore, my perspectives changed. My using of tools changed. And now I actually prefer big, beefy, heavy folders and compact fixed blades in my EDC rotation, which is kind of funny how things change, you know, and maybe that'll go back someday. But for now, that is definitely where I sit and have been for a few years. Leave a comment below where you sit on that. And I'll say this right out of the gate, that these both, you know, and why I really connected with these out of the gate is because they do definitely take some cues from the SE Izula 2, but I'm going to drop a truth dart here that a lot of people are going to be pissed about, and that's fine. I can't wait to see the comments. I think they take the idea of the SE Izula and then basically execute it in every way better. Yep, every way better. Sorry. And I'm going to unpack why here as we dive in. Now, first off, if you want to pocket carry, I'm going to tell you this. The Hare is the larger, the Beaver is the smaller. The Beaver is the better option for in the pocket carry of a fixed blade because it has a taco design sheath and just the overall footprint, it's much smaller. The Hare is going to be a ½ an inch wider as wide as point. The Beaver is going to be a ½ an inch narrower, and it's just, you know, an overall smaller footprint. Now, they come with crappy Bladehq locks. You know, they're junk. You need to probably get rid of them. So an ulti-clip is going to be the way to go. Now, I've carried the Hare in the pocket. It just takes up more real estate. But the sheath, because it's a pancake and not a taco, definitely more for kind of like outdoorsy use. It's just an overall bigger blade anyway. So it's just something to kind of consider. But they both have excellent Kydex sheaths. They both have great tension. They're not going to fall out. They're quiet, and they have great thumb ramps to deploy, and there's no walk-up. So that's the first one right there. If you're wanting to pocket carry these, not that the Hare is impossible to do, it just takes up more real estate, and the Beaver is the way to go. With that said, the Hare is hitting a size range that you don't always see in these compact fixed blades. And it's going to be 3 and like 7/8, excuse me, 2 and 7/8 blade length. And from the handle scale to the tip, it's like 3 1/8. That's a little bit beefier and larger than what you get on the Beaver, which is going to be, 2.5 inches overall blade length, and then like 3 inches from the handle. And that's going to be matching more like the Izula 2. The Beaver is more like the Izula 2 blade length, and the Hare is going to be a little bit longer. And then the Hare also has a little bit more clip, kind of aggressive tip, great for stabbing and piercing. So if you want more piercing capability, the Hare is the way to go. Both the Hare and the Beaver have great belly, so great slicing capability. But they are a little bit over 1/8 of an inch thick, so they're beefy, even though they have really high saber grinds. So they're giving you good durability with a mixture of slicing capability. But, you know, rope, cordage, zip ties, you know, if you need to do some woodworking, I would say between the two, the Hare, because you get more blade length and you get a bigger, fuller handle that we'll talk about in a moment, you know, the Hare is the better woods working tool, but they both can be used as companion woods workers in that capacity. Now, Nitro V is my preferred choice. It's going to cost you a little bit more. D2 is not a bad option. Those are going to be a little bit more cost effective. And we'll talk pricing when we get into the competitive options a little bit. So leave comments below. What do you prefer? Do you prefer to save a little extra cash and go D2, or do you prefer to spend a little bit more and get things like Nitro V? Nitro V is a semi-stainless, and I just like the way it performs a little bit better. So, in that regard, they both are going to work well for compact EDC fixed blade use, but the Hare, I'm going to argue, is overall more performing, not only in piercing, but because you get a little bit extra blade length. So that is my preference. Now, as we go into handle ergonomics, that's where things really start to like veer off, but I want to give not only you guys an opportunity to like, subscribe, and make sure to hit the bell icon so that you can be notified every week when I put up new videos just like this, breaking down gear and equipment, but I also want to thank you, the viewers, along with our regular sponsors. And today's sponsor is LA Police Gear. They've been one of our first sponsors here at the channel. They're amazing, a great resource for myself and also many of you in the GT crew over the years to get well-established brands. They're a great distributor of brands like 511, Vertex, Merrill, Salomon boots, you know, and I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg. But they also have their own well-established brand of gear and apparel, awesome packs that perform well for high value, and apparel like this core flannel shirt. I got a whole set last year, been wearing them all year round. They're amazing, great size, snap down, you know, the front, good pocket, and they cost 20 bucks, and they have like, I don't know, almost a dozen, it seems like, color combinations. So those are amazing, you know, particularly around the edge seasons that we're getting into, like springtime, fantastic for that type of stuff, and so much more. So I'll have a link popping up over to the LA Police Gear website along with my exclusive promo code that you can apply to your purchase, just saving you a little extra scratch. So if it's time to gear up as the seasons change, you're looking through your equipment, you're like, oh man, I need to gear up on some stuff. Excellent resource. Go check them out. You won't be disappointed. Now, handle ergonomics. I way prefer the Hare's ergonomics. It's full, it's big. I have large size hands, wear large size gloves, and have a knuckle span of 3¼ inches. And you can see how much real estate I have out the back. It's big, it's full. I love the cut-ins right there. The scalloping that they did feels so good, not creating hot spots. The shoulders are rounded. These are gray micarta with orange liners, but you can get G10. There's lots of variants out there. And the fit and finish is superb, guys. I mean, this feels like a $200 knife from some of the manufacturers we know. It is superb quality control and fit and finish. Large lanyard hole. Feels great. The guard, though exposed, is chamfered. And if you're going to ask me for ergonomics, this is one of the best EDC fixed blades for ergonomics you're going to find. It just locks into place, full real estate with or without gloves. So if you like big handles or you just have bigger hands, that is definitely the jam, and it's worth sacrificing the pocket carryability and the size of the Kydex sheath. On the flip, the Beaver, which is good, because even though it's much shorter right there, you can see, because they made it fatter, it takes up the real estate, and I actually have just about full purchase. All 4 of my fingers are still locked on. Just barely, but they are, and I don't feel like it's falling off because the handle is so broad. Huge lanyard hole. I can stick my pinky through that thing. So you can put a carabiner and carry that, like just put the sheath on and put a carabiner through there. Micarta, the handle scales are not quite as contoured. They kind of have sharp shoulders, still somewhat rounded, clothy micarta. You can get G10, but I just feel like the machining on the micarta of the Hare is better than on the Beaver. It's not sharp or hot. It's just something I noticed. Scalloping around the neck, so you can do pinch pull grips. That's all great. So you actually have full purchase. It's much smaller in every way than the Hare, but with the taco sheath, with the full handle, so you actually have full purchase and your fingers not wanting to like fall off. I mean, for the price, that's really hard to complain. And we'll just talk price here. I do appreciate KIZER hooking me up with these. I requested these samples so that I could break down the good and the bad with you and run some of these competitive options. So what is it? The Nitro Vs are about 60 for both of these, and the D2s are like, I don't know, 47 to 48. Let's just say 50 bucks with tax. So 50 for D2, 60 for Nitro V. So for me, the extra, performance of Nitro V, I'll pay the extra 10 bucks, if I had to do that all over again. That's me, and that's my mileage. Now, links popping up to these as well as the competitive options. Can't remember if I said that, but to the affiliate networks I partner with. Let's look at one that I know you guys are probably really curious about how it compares. Is another KIZER, and then I have one that's not KIZER. This is the mini harpoon, reviewed and talked many times. $60 for the 3V steel version. Burlap micarta. The Hare especially has better fit and finish than this model. So I'm just wanting to highlight that. But you're going to get actually even slightly more blade length, very piercing, excellent 90-degree spine. It's a little bit thinner. I still have full real estate. Taco Design Kydex. You will want to upgrade to a belt clip, or excuse me, an ulti clip. This is definitely a better slicer. So if you want precision, this is going to outperform both the Beaver and the Hare in slicing and precision, and really acts more like a thin pocket knife. Think of like a Delica. That's how the mini harpoon performs, compared to the Beaver and the Hare are a little bit beefier, overbuilt, won't slice quite as well, but they have more durability and thickness behind the edge for, like durability's sake. So that is a very, very viable option, but that's like slimmer, lighter, and the 3V is 6 sauce. Okay. No, here's one that's more like the more like the Hare, excuse me. And this is the SIDEKICK from Off Grid Knives. OEM is Taiwan, Sandvik 14C 28N steel. You're looking at 3.5 inches from blade to handle. Check that out. And a huge, massive, beefy handle. So not really pocket carryable. You could. I'll show you this sheath here in just a second. Black or tan G10. Great sweeping contoured, huge beefy handle. Slight recurve. I think it's just over 1/8 thick. Right there, high saber grind. Very cool blade. Ambidextrous Kydex, matches the handle scale, and comes with a rotating 360-degree pocket clip or belt clip. Nice, great, I mean, fantastic. And these are like $60. What? So video coming soon. Anyway, so there it is, guys. I think that both are awesome. If I could only have one and I had to get rid of the other, I would definitely be keeping the Hare. But the Beaver does check the boxes for compact pocket carry a little bit better than the Hare. But leave comments below. I want to know from you guys, what do you think about these two blades? If you own one, how has it been performing for you? I always appreciate that, and your idea and your thought about compact fixed blades overall. Do you like them? Do you hate them? Want to know. Appreciate you guys spending time with me today. Hope it's been fun and entertaining. Check out the other video. Subscribe if you haven't. Until next time, always remember to stay equipped, stay prepared, and I'll see you out there.